Welcome back to Shine Dubai. Our next guest and inspirational woman is French-Italian photographer Matilde Gattoni. Now, throughout her career, which has spanned 15 years, 35 countries and 4 continents, she's had the unique opportunity to encounter thousands of women all over the world. From explorers in Dubai to war refugees in Africa and tsunami survivors in Indonesia, the exhibition titled Her is a tribute to their bravery and capacity to deal with challenges. So Matilde, it's such a pleasure to have you with us on the show. Now, your collection of extraordinary photographs is titled Her. Now, tell me a little bit about your journey and why you felt it was so important to document women all around the world in situations of adversity.
Well, I've been a photographer, a photojournalist for 15 years now, and I've traveled almost in 40 countries. And my reportage has never been focused specifically on women, but I have realized that the main heroes, the main characters of my stories are often women that have gone through hardships, that are living a very difficult life for different reasons. And they're still fighting and they're still smiling. So I get very emotional, sorry, when I speak about them, but I'm very attached to these women. I have a lot of admiration for them because they're extremely strong wherever they come from, whatever they've been through life. They're extremely resilient.
So really this is a celebration of the female spirit, of the female character.
Absolutely, it is.
Now this 15-year journey, tell me, where has it taken you throughout the world?
Well, it has taken me at for example, at the border between Kenya and Somalia. I've worked 3 weeks in a refugee called a refugee camp called Dadaab. It's actually the largest refugee camp in the world, and there's been a war going in Somalia for more than 20 years. So a lot of refugees have escaped the country, and they are surviving.
What drives you personally as a woman to go to these areas? I mean, as a photojournalist, you know, you could go and photo the ballet, do you know what I mean? You don't have to do this. Why do you feel it's so important for you to document these women?
To give them a voice. I think that women tend to be more comfortable with other women, especially when they are in, in their house. For example, in many countries, in Africa or in Southeast Asia, women are not very comfortable if a man enters their house. So you end up living extraordinary moments because they let you into their house, they're happy, they're curious, they start looking at you, they start touching you. And so there's a connection between women that a man will never be able to have with these women.
Taking up that point, how difficult is it photographing women in pain? From your point of view, and of course from their point of view. I know, if I'm having a bad day, I don't want my photo taken, but these women are, it's domestic abuse, it's refugees, how difficult is that process of allowing?
It's very, very difficult. I guess for them, in one way it's difficult, and in the other way, they're happy that somebody is going to tell their stories to the world. Right. For me, as a person, it's very difficult. The camera helps you a lot to put a filter, between the person and yourself. Even though sometimes you put down the camera and you can help them, or you can touch them, caress them, make them feel comfortable.
Now, during this extraordinary 15-year journey, I mean, was there a particular place, or was there even a particular woman who, obviously they all touched your heart, but was there any place or any person in particular where you just felt so deeply?
Yes, so many.
Can you think of one or two?
Yes, absolutely. There's actually, it's a woman named Mai Kang. She's from Laos. She's 30 years old. Her picture is behind us. And I went to Laos a few months back to cover the 50th anniversary of the Vietnam War. During the Vietnam War, the US bombarded Laos for 9 years. It's called the Secret War. Nobody knew about that. It was a CIA war. and a lot of people died. You know, they bombarded. It's the most bombarded country in the world, actually. So we met Mai Kang, whose husband committed suicide because he had hit a cluster bomb while he was cutting a tree. So yeah.
Take me through, in terms of the photos that we've got in the exhibition today, the different locations, so the different countries that you went to.
I've been to Madagascar. Well, we can start from Africa. I've been to Niger to document the Tuareg community, what it means to be a Tuareg I mean nowadays, if the Tuaregs still have an identity. I've been to, as I told you, the Kenya-Somalia border to work on the refugees, Somali refugees escaping from war. And then I've been to Laos. I think that all the stories are difficult because all of these things, war, sexual abuse, or land grabbing, all of these things are, it's like removing parts of your soul, you know. So they are all parts of your identity. So it's destroying someone's identity, whether you remove their lens, you remove the only thing they have, they're going to leave to their kids. For example, in Cambodia, a lot of multinational companies are destroying the land. They're just removing the land from the farmers in order to build huge sugar plantations, industrial sugar plantations. So these people end up having absolutely nothing. And the thing that bothers them the most is that they cannot leave anything to their children once they're gone. So I think that's the thing, the fil rouge that you have between all these pictures, you know, something that has been taken away from you, and it was part of your identity, of your family, of your culture, of whatever is
so
dear
that
to
is
you.
the link between all the women that you've photographed. How important do you think it is for artists to have a social conscience?
Well, I could never be anything else than a photojournalist. For me, I'm not interested in fashion photography. I'm interested in the world, and photography is just a medium for me.
Sure.
That's it. But I'm really interested in people.
How do you think that women support each other? You know, when you see these women in horrific situations, what is the special bond between women that enables them to get over these things that happen?
Yeah, I think they're very supportive towards each other, much more than men, because they are considered weaker in the society, in the community in general. I'm not talking just about Southeast Asia, but even in Europe, for example. You always have to fight harder, you know. I mean, you're a woman, you know what it means. You have to fight harder to get what you want in life.
Well, that's what this program is a lot of about, equality and, you know, everybody finding their place and empowerment to men as well, but to allow everybody to have a voice and a place in society.
Absolutely. I'm not a feminist at all. No. I want everybody to have their own place, you know. I'm not saying that men should lead.
Humanists, you know what I mean?
Exactly,
yeah.
Exactly, absolutely.
Finally, tell me, what would you say is the one or just the most important character traits that all these women that you've documented have? What is it that they have?
Resilience. Yeah.
And I think that can probably change a lot of lives. Matilde, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that brings us to the end of our first edition of Shine Dubai, discovering, inspiring and empowering women in the community. Now, if you have an incredible story, or if you'd like to nominate a woman who is influencing society, please get in touch. You can contact us at news@city7tv.com. Thanks for watching and bye for now.